welcome. Hello. Hi. So good to see you. Welcome back. But if you're new here, welcome. I am lulling Lisa, hoping to lull you into a state of relaxation, entertainment, or maybe even sleep through this ASMR video. Now, today I'm going to be doing something very exciting. I have here on my phone a Kokology Japanese psychological test. So, I know how much you all love psychological tests, and so do I. I love doing them with you. I love going through all the answers and taking you on the journey, but this one is a little bit different. So, unlike those imagination personality tests that require you to use your imagination, this is sort of giving you a scenario. So it is a little bit scenario based, but this is going to be an A, B, C, or D pick and answer test essentially. So you are going to have to write down your answers because it's not one of those tests where they say if you chose mostly A, this is what it means, what have you. No. Every answer is very specific. So you're going to have to write down number 1, A, if you chose A, for example. And this is going to happen with 8 questions. So if you don't have a pen and paper, I'd like you to just record the answers in the comment section, and then you can just delete it after if you would not like to share with us. But basically, each question that I ask you, 1 through 8, they're going to give you a different scenario, and you'll have to choose A, B, C, or D as your answer. And then in the end, I will say, if you chose A, it means this. If you chose B, it means this. Question 2, if you chose A, it means this. B, it means this. So remember the letter that you chose, because I won't be saying if you chose this answer, I'll be saying if you chose this letter. Hopefully I'm being clear enough. But this is the first time that I'm doing this Kokology test. So I will not stop the imagination personality test, no way, but this is going to be a Japanese psychological test. So if you find these fun, we could do more of these ABC multiple choice personality tests, if you will. And apparently this is going to be very revealing about your personality. So it says, based on any given situation, what you would do in this situation. On the basis of this answer, one can infer about your family relationships, love relationships, etc. Even just your personality. So this should be exciting. I have not read through these. I simply wanted to see how the answers were formatted so that I knew how to phrase it with you all. But I actually have a little paper that I'm going to be recording my answers down so I don't forget either. So we're going to do this together. So hopefully you're in a nice, relaxing, and quiet environment, because you should concentrate on your answers and you should hopefully choose the first answer that comes to your mind. Don't overthink it, but just go with your gut. Don't overthink it, but of course, give it some thought. I'll give you time to answer. So, once you're ready, we can begin. Are you ready? Good. Let's go. You're probably saying, stop talking so much. I will. Okay. So, question number 1, I'm going to write down number 1 on my little paper here, and then I'll be writing down A, B, C, or D. Question number 1. Imagine that you are going through the city, and suddenly you see a lot of scary, crazy monsters. So in your city, there's a lot of scary monsters. What do you think is the cause of their anger? So if you had to understand why the monsters are angry, what do you think is the cause of their anger? A. They are hungry and looking for food. So if you think that's the case, you write down A. B. They seek their lost love. So B. Are the monsters seeking their lost love? C. They have a temperament. So C. Maybe they're just angry monsters, no reason. Or D. They are disappointed in the world. D. The monsters are disappointed. So we will write down A, B, C, and D, but I'll repeat them one more time just in case now that you've heard them all. So you're going through the city, you see scary monsters. What is the cause of their anger? Is it A, they are hungry and looking for food? B, they seek their lost love? C, they have a temperament? Or D, they are disappointed in the world? I wrote down my answer. Next, number 2. You go through the art gallery. So the questions, by the way, they're not related to each other. They're just going to be different scenarios altogether. Okay, that's just something to keep in mind because oftentimes when I do the personality test, there are flows. You're going through a desert, etc. These are just random questions. Alright, so number 2. You go through the art gallery. You are relaxed. Your eyes will stop on one image. You look at it for a long time, surprised and fascinated. What kind of image is it? What kind of image is it? Is it A, a self-portrait? Is it B, a caricature? Is it C, an abstract image? Or is it D, landscape? So, I'll repeat. You're going through the art gallery. You are relaxed. Your eyes will stop at one image and you look at it for a long time, surprised and fascinated. What is it? A, a self-portrait? B, a caricature or like a cartoon illustration? C, an abstract or something abstract? Or D, a landscape? Write down your answers. What has you so fascinated? So for 2, write down A, B, C, or D. Next, question number 3. If you had a magic eraser that could erase everything, what would you erase? Would you erase A, yourself? B, you would have erased your beloved person? Or C, you would erase the third one? If you had a magic eraser that could erase everything, A, you would erase yourself. B, you would have wiped out your beloved person. Or C, you would erase the third one. What? So you're either erasing yourself to your loved one or the third one, it says. I wonder if there's a translation issue with this because this is a Japanese test. I'm not sure. Spoiler alert, I'm going to say C for number 3 just because I wouldn't erase myself or my loved one, so we'll see what the third one means. I'm not sure. Okay. You are again in the same art gallery. So there goes what I said about it not being flowing. There's a little bit of a flow. So number 4. Write that down. 4. You are again in the same art gallery where you admire the image. The person standing next to you speaks to you. The words are, so someone is next to you where you're admiring the image, and the person next to you is speaking, and they're saying this. A, what a beautiful picture, don't you think? B, how do you like this picture? Question. C, sorry, do you know what time it is? Or D, you know I painted this picture. So I'll read it to you again. Number 4. So in the same art gallery where you admire the image, there's a person next to you and they're saying something to you. It's either A, what a beautiful picture, don't you think? B, how do you like this picture? C, sorry, do you know what time it is? Or D, you know I painted this picture. So, write down your answer, A, B, C, or D. Number 5, write that down, number 5. You are in a 5-star hotel. 5-star. You're in a room overlooking the blue sky. You have a few hours to nap. What can you expect from a window when you wake up? So, you're in a 5-star hotel. The room is overlooking the beautiful blue sky. You're napping for a few hours. What do you think you'll see from the window when you wake up? So, A, southern sun illuminating the blue sea. B, the dark blue sea in which the stars reflect. C. Fog which covers the sea. D. Sunset on the horizon. So A, B, C, or D. So you're in a room overlooking the blue sky. After your nap, you awake from your nap and you look out the window. What do you think you'll see? A. Southern sun illuminating the blue sea. B. Dark blue sea in which the stars reflect. C. Fog which covers the sea. Or D. A sunset on the horizon. Did you write your answer down? Okay. We can go next. Number 6. Write that down. Next question. You are in your living room when someone knocks on the door. Through the viewer, you see a stranger. You know that it is a technician. Who is this technician? So what is the occupation? Is it A, an electrician? Is it B, a hydraulic? I don't know what that means. A hydraulic. I feel like there's a little bit of lost in translation, so forgive me. But A, an electrician. B, hydraulic. C, someone from air conditioning. Or D, computer/television technician. So we're a little bit lost in translation. Hydraulic. I'm not sure what that would pertain to in this case. Let's see, hydraulic profession. Okay, so after looking it up, the B for hydraulic is someone who repairs, a sort of repairing engineer as far as I can see. So either way, you're in your living room where someone knocks on the door. Through the viewer, you see a stranger. You know that it's a technician. Which profession is it? A, electrician. B, hydraulic engineer type person. C, someone from air conditioning. Or D, computer/television technician. I'm going with the first one that came to my mind, but maybe that wouldn't really make much sense. I don't know. Okay, we'll see what happens here. Okay, next question. Question number 7. Sometimes I try to answer having sense, and other times I just go with my first instinct, so we'll see how this goes. Question number 7. You're a superstar who's going to release a new album. What is the cover of this album? Interesting. Is it A, a beautiful landscape? Is it B, pictures as from a cartoon? Is it C, an abstract image, something artistic? Or is it D, your photo? So, you're a superstar who's going to release a new album. What is on the cover? A, a beautiful landscape. B, a cartoon type picture. C, an abstract image, something artistic. Or D, your photo. Okay. Interesting. We have one more question left. So, question number 8. Which part of the cake would you like to eat? This is so blunt. Let's rephrase it. Imagine a beautiful cake. It's a birthday cake. Lovely, luscious cake. There are many different parts of this cake, a few layers. If you got to choose one layer, which part of this cake would you like to eat? A, the strawberry part. B, the unattractive design or decoration. C, the sweet edible decoration. D, the chocolate part. Or E, there is an E, the wafer which is decorated with the cake. So this is a little bit interesting. Which one would you pick? So A, the strawberry part of the cake. B, the unattractive decoration part of the cake. C, the sweet edible decoration part of the cake. D, the chocolate part of the cake. Or E, the wafer which is decorated with a cake. So I suppose you have the cake, maybe it's one flavor, but in each layer there's different designs, wafer, chocolate, strawberry, etc. So which part of the cake would you like to choose? Write your letter down. This is A through E this time. Okay, so the answers. So now we're ready for the answers portion of this test. Okay, so this is very blunt, so it's not going to go over the question again. It's just going to go right into what this meant and what your answer meant. So I'm going to link this test in the description so you can read through if you'd like, but here are the answers. Number 1. This question is about your dark side and the pressure you feel. Okay, so if you chose the answer A, oh yeah, this was the one with the monster. Okay, so if you chose the answer A, you're on a diet and you suffer from it. If you chose the answer B, love is the main cause of stress and pressure in your life. If you chose the answer C, you feel dissatisfied with your appearance. If you chose the answer D, you are a pessimist. So this is your dark side. So you're either on a diet and you're suffering, love is the main cause of stress and pressure, you feel dissatisfied with your appearance, or you're a pessimist. Interesting. I chose D, so I'm a pessimist. I'm writing that down. Pessimist. Okay. Question number 2. Okay, so this question is related to your attractiveness and the characteristics of your personality. This was the art that we were looking at, I believe. Okay, so if you chose the answer A, you are self-confident. If you chose the answer B, you are sociable and have a sense of humor. If you chose the answer C, you are a creative person. If you chose the answer D, you are delicate and tactful. So I chose the answer C, so I'm creative. I'm writing that down too. Very interesting. I wonder what you all chose. If you'd like to share with me, go right ahead. I love hearing from you. Next, number 3. This was the confusing question that was only A, B, and C, so we didn't really understand this very well, but let's see what it meant. This question will show you how you deal with love problems and what kind of love you have. If you chose the answer A, you always run away from problems. If you chose the answer B, you respect love and consider it a beautiful adventure. If you chose the answer C, you love to solve any problems right away. I chose the answer C just because I wasn't really clear on what it meant, because I wouldn't want to erase myself or my loved ones. So it's actually true, I do love to solve problems right away. I don't like to leave it because it sort of nags on me, so it's kind of interesting. Problem solving. Interesting. Okay, so number 4. This question is referring to the way you react when you meet someone for the first time. So, if you chose the answer A, you are friendly and you love to meet new friends. If you chose the answer B, you are a little bit more conservative. If you chose the answer C, you are independent. If you chose the answer D, you are always upset when you meet someone new. You want to make a good impression. Okay, so I chose the answer A just because I felt like it was a common thing that someone would say. It wasn't too strange. So I'm friendly and I love to meet new friends. I don't know if that's true. I'm not sure. I mean, I think I'm a friendly person, but I'm not like the greatest at meeting friends. Next. Okay, question number 5. Ooh, I want to read question number 5 because I don't remember what this was about. Okay, so this was the 5-star hotel after the nap. Okay, so number 5. This question symbolizes your expectations for love. So, if you chose the answer A, you want an enormous passion. If you chose the answer B, you believe in the importance of honesty between lovers. If you chose the answer C, you want your beloved person to be your best friend. If you chose the answer D, you're looking for perfect love, ideal and romantic. This is your expectations for love. A, you want an enormous passion. B, you believe the importance of honesty between lovers. C, you want your beloved person to be your best friend. Or D, you are looking for perfect love, ideal and romantic. I chose D, so ideal. That's what I chose for number 5. What did you choose? Is it accurate? I think I kind of want all of them, A through D, but I think D made the most sense to me. So number 6, I'm just going to scroll back to remind myself what it was. Oh yes, okay. So number 6 was the technician question, which threw me for a loop. On this one, I went with my first instinct rather than what made sense. So we'll see what it means. Number 6, this question symbolizes a problem existing in your family that you are trying to ignore. Oh, juicy. So if you chose A, a warm atmosphere that makes everyone want to talk to each other. If you chose B, a sense of understanding and respect for the feelings of others. If you chose C, an external factor that harms you. If you chose D, common fun family entertainment. So, I actually chose D. I'm not really understanding the question with the answer. Symbolizes a problem existing in your family that you're trying to ignore. Common fun family entertainment. What about that would I be trying to ignore? I'm not sure. Family entertainment? I'm not sure. A warm atmosphere that makes everyone want to talk to each other. B, a sense of understanding. C, an external factor. D, maybe I'm ignoring or missing common fun family entertainment. I'm not sure. Interesting. If that's the case, it could be the truth because I'm a little bit bored. We're going through our millionth lockdown, so I'm a little bit bored. Okay, next. Question 7. Ooh, I have an answer here, but I also wrote a backup answer. Let's see what this means. Question 7. Okay, so this question, if you remember, was, oh yes, album cover. Okay, so for some reason I have a little bit of both, but I think I know my answer for this one. So this question is about how you want others to see you. So if you chose A, you see yourself as a gentle, well-behaved person. B, you see yourself as a loving person, always entertaining everyone around you. C, you think you are very talented and very creative. D, you think you are confident and like to be a leader. I chose D, but the backup was C. I would say I'm more like C, so there must have been a reason why I chose C. But I think I thought it makes sense if I'm having an album cover to put myself on the album. But I said if I got to be creative with it, I'd rather do something abstract. So it's kind of interesting. I would definitely say I'm more creative than a confident leader. So interesting, very interesting. Okay. Now, the last question, if we remember, I'm already forgetting all of them. Wow. Oh, this was the cake question. Okay. So the last question, number 8, was about the cake. So this question is about your life attitude. It says, if you chose A, your life is based on morality. You always act in accordance with your inner sense of justice. Interesting. If you chose B, you are fashionable, you are progressive, and always fascinate people around you. If you chose C, you care about others' feelings and emotions, but because you do not want to offend anyone. If you chose D, you are a reasonable, born leader. You love to control others. If you chose E, you are affectionate, romantic, and always dreaming of a happy marriage. I think I'm more like E, but I chose D. So again, leader, and wanting to control others. So, interesting. My worst quality is that I'm a pessimist, which is probably true. I can be a pessimist. There's a lot of creative aspects, ideal, romantic aspects, family entertainment, which was a theme, and also being friendly and a natural leader. So I would say that this was probably maybe like 65 to 70% accurate. that there was some inaccuracies in this test. How did you find it? I hope that you managed with a little bit of the lost in translation element, because I feel like some of the questions were phrased a little bit strangely, so it threw me for a loop. But this is the Kokology personality test, the multiple choice-based personality test, if you will. I'm not sure how I'm going to call this one yet, but I think that you do have fun doing personality tests, and sometimes it's hard for me to find those, those scenario-based imagination ones. So this could be a fun option if you are enjoying these multiple choice style tests, or you just pick A through D-ish. So let me know if you enjoyed this, and if you did find it accurate, or let me know if you just simply enjoyed going through the motions of the test, maybe without caring so much of the meaning. But I'm a curious person, so I like to know the meaning behind everything. But this was a lot of fun. I had so much fun doing this test with you all. Thank you for going through the rough workings of this first style test. Maybe the next few tests will be a little bit more easy breezy. I was working through the kinks of it all, so it's quite interesting. But thank you so much for being here with me, and I hope that you're relaxed, maybe sleepy, maybe just entertained, who knows. But I'm glad that you're spending a part of your day or night with me. So lovely to see you here again, and I do look forward to hearing from you in the comments down below, whether you enjoyed this or not, your answers, or whether you found this accurate or not. So until next time, I look forward